We are back. Welcome back to the Nick Hall Comedy Podcast. I'm your host, Nick Hall, joined as always by
Josh Griffey.
Hey, it's going to be a big week. It already is a big week. Probably was a big week last week.
Big year,
It's
big
just
decade.
big. Yeah, big day. Yeah, here we are. Here we are, 2020. Hey, if you're listening on an Apple Podcast, make sure you give us a rating and review, or Spotify, wherever you're listening. That helps us out a bunch. If you want to follow us on social media, it's at Coach Kent Murphy everywhere. None of that fake shit. And, of course, for the greatest merchandise in the world, known to man, it's CoachKentMurphy.com. So here we are. Enough with the advertisements. But seriously, go to the website.
Who knew that 2020 just coming in hot?
Yeah.
I was prepared for, I'm like, it's 2020, right? We'll all sit and be contemplative. We'll reflect back. I was like, what's going to be cool is we're going to take a minute and, like, ease in. Like, how do we make this decade better than last? Wrong. I was so wrong. 2020's coming in hot.
Yeah.
So
I saw an interesting, speaking of coming in hot, there was a huge debate on Facebook. And one of my friends who's just a fucking troll asshole, who I love, was like, actually, the decade doesn't start until next year. Because there was no year zero, so the first decade started in one. And I was just like, I think I just sent a gif of Michael Keaton from Multiplicity when he just does like the jack off sign on the couch. I was like, shut the fuck up, dude. It's a new decade.
2020 just sounds cooler than 2021. Yeah, I saw that a lot too, and I was like, I'm worried about people like that.
Yeah.
I was like, how long did you start that? You're like, December 1st, you're like, oh man, I'm going to start cracking asses. On January 1, people being happy and merry, I'm going to start cracking asses.
Doing it. Cutting you down.
Yeah, don't be that guy. It's a new decade. Fuck it. We've all decided. It's kind of like the GIF versus GIF.
Yeah.
I'm like, the creator can say it's GIF.
Well, it's GIF because the first word is graphic.
Yeah, also it's a G.
Yeah.
So I'm like, you could say whatever you want. We, the people,
like
have taken it and
if
decided.
the first word was Gerald with a G, I'd be like, it's GIF. But the first word is graphic, so it's GIF.
I agree.
Yeah.
And that's what I mean. It doesn't matter, though, because we've decided as a society. So do you want to be the guy that might win one little point of, I don't know, how does that make you feel? You're like, I have pride in myself that I know the numeric gotcha card.
Just letting you know.
Yeah.
I am, I did some things today and informed people that it's not actually the new decade, so
Yeah.
I can't make it into work, boss. I'm riding this high right now.
Well, also, I'm assuming your friend didn't send that Facebook and then just go back to his like plethora of pussy
in
that
fairness,
was all over his
my friend only did it just to stir the pot, but
Sure.
I have seen it.
But there are his ilk.
Oh yeah, that are like out there, being dead seriously. I consider myself to be a nerd.
A nerd. It's like, oh, my fingers are cramping from all these burns and finger banging I'm doing. It's like, nope.
Not my decade. Not my decade.
Yeah, so what was your... So we've already had a lot of stuff kick off to start this decade.
Yeah.
What has been your favorite so far?
Well, the Patriots losing.
Unbelievable.
That made me feel really, really warm inside. The only hell of it was I had a great bet out. And I had the Patriots plus 1.5. And it was 14-13. So not only would I win my bet, the Patriots lose. So it's like it's the greatest thing that could have ever happened to me. And then that nonsense pick 6. And I was like, come on, Titans.
It was kind of sweet, though.
No, yeah, I'm still happy about it.
Right. I'm like, you got to see.
It was that bad beat where you're like, God damn it.
So answer me this, though. Do you see this as the end of the Brady-Belichick era, as they're calling it, the dynasty? Do you think this is... Because these are the ways it ends, right? I don't think Belichick's going anywhere.
Yeah.
And I think the way he is, he'll be hell-bent on winning one without Tom, right? Do you think Tom has that same... Because I've been reading... They're like Vegas odds. People think he could go to Tennessee. He could go to Tampa Bay.
The Colts have been a big name.
Yeah, I was
on
like,
the
do you
list.
think Tom Brady's going to some middle of nowhere town to play football? Like,
no.
Do you think he actually leaves and thinks he can like pull one out of his ass?
Here's the thing. Everybody's, the argument, like you said, that Belichick wants to win one without him, or that Tom Brady wants to go elsewhere and win without. I don't buy that.
Not at all.
Because I don't think after 6 Super Bowls, I don't think anybody feels like they have anything to prove. I don't think it matters to either one of them that much that somebody goes, well, you wouldn't have won it without Brady, or you wouldn't have won them without Belichick. They're like, well, we won.
Yeah.
6 of them. So shove that up your ass.
Yeah. You're like, so I'm part of the equation.
And when I say won, I mean cheated their way to 6 of them.
So technically, they won none to you.
So I guess like the inside, I do want them to split up so that way you can find out who the real cheater is. Because if Brady goes somewhere and then the Buccaneers start winning, well, he's the cheater.
Yeah.
But if he leaves and the Patriots just keep winning 13 games, it's still Belichick.
Well, I mean, you could say the NFL cheated all of us by putting them in that division.
Yeah.
Really?
Yeah.
To be in that division.
The staunch Dolphins and Jets every year.
That's the secret, right?
The Bills win 10 games. Like, see, that division's not bad. Yeah, they've won 10 games in the last decade combined, and they happen to get
how many tables had to die for that first round playoff loss in Buffalo?
Right.
They're like, this is the greatest thing that's ever happened.
Bills Mafia.
I don't know. I mean, if I had to look at who's cheating, right? Like, I feel like Brady's won so much at life. There's no reason for him to cheat. Robert Kraft, you would say, well, getting a lot of hand jobs, illicit stuff like that. Waited till his wife was dead, like a gentleman, right? So that's a classy enough. Like an old widower should be getting jacked
just
off. Just
mingling in the international sex trafficking ring. Old Bob Kraft.
I forgot about the possible.
Just hanging out.
It's kind of funny that story came out, and I just to this day I always forget there's a possible criminal element to it.
Yeah.
I'm just like, he's an old guy getting a JO.
Yeah,
like that's fine. Like you're an old man who lost your family. What else are you gonna do with your time? Like I'm cool with that part. But I was like, so maybe him. Belichick for sure is the one who would have been in charge of it.
He's cheating, yeah.
But also the Belichick theory where he's like, well, I didn't have any know-how or say over that. It's like, he's not that guy.
Bullshit.
He's not that guy. Like, he fashions himself a puppet master.
Well, that's the
right?
thing.
Like, he would have to know.
Yeah, Belichick is not conceding control of anything.
No.
To anyone.
And if you worked in a place like that, you would be terrified of doing something that Bill didn't know about.
Yeah, so to believe the notion that Bill's like, I didn't know that happened. Bullshit. Bullshit. Like, you can't take a piss in that building without Belichick's approval.
Did you drink enough water today? What are your levels?
Yeah. There's not a chance he didn't know.
He has the apple juice test and everything.
but it was sweet to watch them lose to the fucking Titans at home. That was a beautiful thing.
Ryan Tannehill, of all people.
Old
what the
old
fuck?
Tanny. Old Tanny.
It was kind of a weird... Watching this weekend was a lot of... You saw like these kind of things we've just known in the NFL for a long time crumble and fall apart.
Sure.
Like, I watched it and I was like, why on earth would they ever keep going forward with Breeze at this point? I mean, it's like, it's not his fault, but you're also... He's not the guy anymore that you believe is going to get it done.
Right.
Like, in the last minute, you're like, he's not the guy. I'm like, he's going to saunter his 5'9" ass up to the line and get it done. Like, he's just old. And this is the thing I hate is people are, like, oh, you're taking a shot at him. I'm like, he's one of arguably the 10 best quarterbacks of all time. He's
probably
old.
Top 5, yeah.
He's fucking old and he's fucking small.
Yeah.
Like, Tom Brady, you're just old and unathletic.
I did think it was kind of funny in that game, though. The last play.
Right.
Maybe a pass interference, whatever. Whether it was or it wasn't, the fact that rule was written to be able to review that play because the Saints got fucked in the playoffs last year.
Right.
And they didn't even utilize it. Not saying that call would have been overturned, but the fact that they just, no, we're not going to even use it.
Yeah.
Like, I was like, this is exactly why you wrote this rule. For this fucking team. Also, give them the fucking benefit of the doubt and go take a look at it. Even if you come out and go, yeah, no pass interference.
Right.
But Jesus.
And they didn't even end up using the timeout. No. They kept fucking up the clock. That's where I was like, if I'm them, right?
Yeah.
And I feel like there's a bit of this with New Orleans now, this martyrdom effect, right? Where it's easier. It's kind of the University of Central Florida thing where we can just pretend that we were victimized and we'll just call ourselves the champions. Like the New Orleans Saints fans last year, there was a big portion of them that are like, we were the real champs because that Super Bowl was garbage and we clearly would have won. It's like, but you didn't.
But you didn't, yeah.
But you didn't. That's why they play the game.
Yeah. And
I think there's an effect, right? Because if they have the call reviewed.
Right.
And it comes back like, no.
It probably doesn't.
Right or wrong,
right.
It affects their victimhood, right?
Sure.
If they leave it ambiguous, now they can keep playing the,
exactly, yeah.
And this is what I would have done, right? Big televised playoff game. It's the same. Like you said, this rule exists and has been the bane of the NFL's existence this year.
Yeah.
For one reason.
Because of the Saints.
The Saints.
Yeah.
And if I'm Peyton, I'm like, I'm putting you on national TV again. I'm putting you on trial with the league and the fans. Fuck us one more time.
At this point, like after, that game last year and the fans claiming that they should just have a parade in New Orleans. They should just stick their flag in the ground and be like, nope, that's 2 in a row. We win.
What they should do is have walkthrough pads on, and next week their fans can watch on the Jumbotrons, right? The game that they should have been in. And Breeze can be doing plays like, see, we would have gotten 9 yards of play right there. We're killing it today.
Or just show up. Show up to the game.
They're essentially like Civil War reenactors of like NFL playoff games.
And they see he got 9 yards that play.
Oh, good job, Ricard. Good job, Ricky. The South won again today. Big time. But yeah, it's just
I'm way into
the fact that Sean Payton didn't think they were going to call New York, and that some NFL guy's going to be like, are we really ready to go down the let's just fuck New Orleans on live TV road again?
Yeah.
And granted, this was not the same as last year.
No, not even close.
Put the heat on him.
And likely that call probably doesn't get overturned.
Probably not.
But just the fact that they just we're not even going to attempt to use the rule.
Right.
Is just a huge slap in the face to New Orleans, in my opinion.
But also, it's classic sports, right? The gimme call. Everyone understands the concept of the gimme call. This is the one, right? The NFL, there's a good chance the NFL would have said, we can make up for this shit.
Just go look at it.
We can make up for this. And no one would have cared if New Orleans walked. No one thinks the Vikings and Kirk Cousins are worth a good goddamn, right? It would have been the perfect time to try to cash in the gimme, right?
Absolutely.
Everyone knows that.
Yeah, look, we're doing the right thing. Look at us.
Yeah. Oh, man.
And that's like the NFL's so good at that. They're like, they just fuck up and then like, they take a mop to a fucking murder scene.
Yeah.
And they like swipe one section of blood. They're like, look, see, we're doing good things.
Don't look at all the blood. Look at
Don't
the
worry
one clean
about
spot.
I know there's 30 bodies laying around, but yeah, they wait till 20 players get arrested for beating their wives. And they're like, we have zero tolerance policy here in the NFL.
You guys, you really need to knock it off.
We did some serious deliberation the last 25 years, and we thought about it. And here we are now.
No, I was telling you this. I read this last night when I was or the other day I was looking up Golden Globe shit. Or not looking up, it was forced upon to me.
Right.
I was trying to do social media for my
everywhere.
film podcast.
Yeah.
And it was foisted on me. Ricky Gervais says political stuff. But the one thing I never knew, I didn't know if you had heard this, that Wesley Snipes used to date Halle Berry.
Oh, God.
And he beat her ass so bad once that she has less than 80% hearing in her, or no, she's lost 80% of the hearing in her left ear. To this day. Because Wesley Snipes beat the shit out of her.
I didn't even know Wesley Snipes and Halle Berry ever dated.
Isn't that,
I had no idea.
It's the Karl Malone effect.
It is.
Where here are these guys.
How did that get
all
brushed
this
under the rug?
Stuff, right? And we just didn't know about it because social media didn't exist.
Yeah.
And you're like, man, Wesley Snipes is coming back. And we already know he was a tax evasion criminal, but that's a crime we all are like, we all wish we could avoid taxes. That's
right.
Fine. Like, no one cares if you're a tax evader, right? Like, we're all down with that crime.
Right.
Good for you in a way.
Right.
But then to be like, this guy fucking beat the shit out of one of our most beloved actresses who won an Oscar.
Yeah.
And just he's out there in a purple suit, like, what's up, Blade 5? You're like, wow.
Whoa.
It's amazing to me the things that I still don't know.
Yeah.
That's crazy. The girl from Booksmart being Jonah Hill's younger sister.
I didn't know that.
Yeah, and I was like, they're just clone movies with, them. I was like,
yeah.
It amazes me that there's still stuff that I don't know.
It must have been awesome to be a criminal before the internet.
Oh, God.
You could just get away with anything.
Yeah. Well, now it's should I just start Googling, who did Drew Brees beat up in the 90s, right? Or it's going to come out that Drew Brees, choked out a preschooler. Preschooler makes Uncle Buck crack to Drew Brees, and he choked him cold on the concrete.
John Mulaney was on. He was like, it must have been awesome to be a criminal in the 20s. Because all you had to do to get away with a crime is just be gone before the police get there. Yeah. He's like, that's all you had to do. You'll probably get away with that crime. Now you can't do anything now.
No, well, it's insane because I watch an inordinate amount of serial killer and true crime stuff, and I was watching the BTK killer. Right, that guy would have never gotten caught. Granted, it took him over 30 years from his first crime.
A long time, yeah.
And the only reason he got caught, one, he started sending letters, which gave him one line.
Yeah.
But he asked them. He said, "Hey, can I send you guys a message via floppy disk?" Right, and he even asked me, he's like, "Would there be any traces of where I sent this from?" And the police just lied. And
Yeah,
they
well,
said,
yeah, they're not
nope.
going to be like, yeah, we could don't do that. We could totally
Yeah,
track
they're
you
like,
down.
No, it's cool. The floppy disk comes in and it says, D-Rater this church. And then they just showed up and they're like, hey, guy who's had a family, wife, kids, like walked his daughter down the aisle, is the president of a church.
Right.
You also strangled and murdered women and children for like decades.
For a
if
long
he had never sent that floppy disk,
He'd be fine.
he'd have been fine because he committed his crimes in an era where like they're like, well, we had footage of him at a Home Depot, I think it was, but he was like 300 yards away and he looks like a black dot. And I'm like, yeah, you never would have caught
love
his
the
ass.
notion of like a criminal asking the cops and being like, listen, if I send you this, can you trace me? Like, no, man.
Yeah,
no,
and they had to do it in
No,
personal
you're good,
ads.
bro.
And I think it was, Rex, it's all good, send it. Right? And that was his like alert to read the personal ads and be like, aha. But no, because they said they started interrogating him. And because like when they picked him up, he didn't even protest. He just got in the car and he's like, tell my wife I won't be home for lunch. They took him in for interrogating him. They're like, he's like, how did you catch me? I'm like, well, the floppy disk. It said that you made this on your work computer. And he goes, you lied to me. Like they said he got like inordinately mad.
Shocked.
Yeah, like he was like, you broke the rules of our agreement. And they're like, you were murdering people and raping them. Like, what the fuck? But he was mad that they violated the unwritten trust.
Oh, I love it.
But that's like he never would have gotten caught.
I wonder if there was like one cop and there's like, guys, we shouldn't lie to him. We have an unwritten trust here. Let's just tell him that we can, and we'll communicate another way.
When they make the Spotlight Oscar version, Mark Ruffalo's like, when do we become the same as him? If we lie via personal ads, are we not the murderers ourselves?
Where's our integrity, you guys?
Integrity. But yeah, imagine being a serial killer in the 60s and you're like the first guy who's like, oh, I just got to drive for like 5 hours and kill someone.
Yeah.
And drive back home.
And
like,
I'm good.
Because then they'll, like, the cops are back in their small town like, who did you have an affair with? Yeah. It's like, that's how that police work. Oh, it's fucking terrifying.
I think we got it. I think we've narrowed it down. It's Jim from the pool hall.
Yeah, well, like, I read
I don't know.
That Jim really likes his Mick Ultras.
I got a hunch.
Yeah, my hunch is one Mick Ultra too much. He wanted that class ring. It's like really small town detective. No, but I read a thing too. They caught like one of the first modern era serial killers, and he was picking his dates up via Grindr. I think it was a Canadian story.
Yeah,
and I was like, is that the future of serial killing? Like, how do you get away with?
You're not going to last very long doing that.
Yeah. Because eventually they're going to be like, okay, let's check his phone. His last Grindr hookup is this guy. Let's go question him.
Look,
there he is.
There's John's Tavern right now.
The perp.
Yeah. There he is.
Yeah, so I'll be interested to see what the future, because these people are still out there and they're still broken.
Yeah.
Right? Like they'll still have the kind of repressed sexual. This is something I read about. I don't know if I've told you about this, but I read a theory, right? Well, not only incels, right? But these, because these guys have domination fantasies.
Yeah.
And a lot of it's that, right? They're like traumatized at a young age by being forced into a closet from homosexuality or being like overly attracted to their mom and being shamed for it, right? Weird stuff like that starts this, path, right?
Yeah.
So they had this theory, those super realistic sex dolls. They're like, what if there was a program where these guys could write in like, hey, I think I want to like strangle and murder a chick. And they'll send you like a $10,000 realistic sex doll that you could like rape
like,
and
take
murder
your
the
fucking
sex doll.
take your aggression out
and
on.
then people are like, that's terrible. You're teaching them the wrong. I'm like, they already have the wrong behaviors. Yeah. Who would you rather them be doing it on?
Yeah.
Right? It's like the because that's what incels want too. They just want the lady to be alive.
But then like some guy's just gonna send like his fucking wife who he hates. And he'd be like, I thought it was a realistic sex doll. You shipped your wife.
Their moves are the exact same. I
didn't know which one was which.
Holy shit.
And they catch him and he's like fucking the doll. He's like, oh, this isn't my wife.
Yeah, no, that's another one of my like dark 2020 predictors, right? Is like, what happens to these guys now that they know they are going to get caught immediately?
Yeah.
Do they have to just like, now I got to do my 8 to 10 murders in like a week?
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like, that's a weird one. But what do you think it's weird to give dolls to these guys knowing they're violating the doll? Because I read a thing too, because I'm really into like the AI advancements and robots taking over us, and some guys like sex dolls are rape. Like if you have sex with a sex doll, that's rape and slavery.
What?
And I was like, Jesus Christ, dude, way to come in like with
not,
a flaming hot take.
But does that like I don't know that would be effective. Like if I don't know, like if I had I don't know how to compare this, but like
There's no fear. There's no power in it.
yeah,
Right?
exactly.
But this is what they were saying, right? You can hook these things up with kind of like a miniature version of AI where they have like pre-built in like, you know, who's your favorite woman from a horror movie? You know, it sounds like Drew Barrymore at Scream when these guys are trying to murder her.
Right.
And it's like, is it better to pretend they don't exist and be afraid they're going to hurt someone?
Right.
Or just give them this doll to do this? It's cringy. Like,
Yeah.
it's gross and disgusting, but if
Yeah.
you keep that fucking guy
Well, it's like like
on the
you
farm.
compare like some guy that climbs mountains,
Right.
and you're like, we got to get him off that, so you just give him like a 12-foot rock climbing
A stair
wall.
stepper.
Yeah, like a rock climbing wall. Like it's not gonna
Right.
it's not gonna cure his
Yeah.
his need or his want.
Well, because he's like, no one's
know?
going to think this is
Yeah.
cool on Facebook.
He's just gonna like do that like 3 times. Like, man, I really want to get on a mountain now because this shit's lame.
Right.
You know what I mean? She
And
didn't.
for the
She
other
didn't
guy,
cry
it
or
would just be a mountain
scream at
of dead
all.
people. Yeah, Jesus. I don't know, but that's what I mean.
Dude,
like,
I'm
how does
fascinated
this-
by serial killers though. Like,
It's one of the best
uh,
topics.
I read about one the other day. I can't remember the guy's name. I'd never heard of him, but he like played a tape. He had a tape that was his voice, and he would like kidnap his victims, put him in the back of this van, and play this tape. And it was just like, you can't run, so you might as well not try to. And he's like, and he would lay out exactly what was, because he like kept them as sex slaves, and he would just lay out exactly what was going to happen to them.
Whoa.
But he'd always reassure them that he was like, I'm not going to kill you. I'm just going to drug you up at the end and drop you in a ditch. He's like, but you're going to be tied up, and he like had rules like how to address him and shit.
Right.
Yeah, I mean he ended up killing them. He was only lying to them
He agreed,
about
yeah.
letting them go. But,
Oh, so he's like
yeah,
the police.
but
that
he thought that
betrayed
would
me.
make them more. He thought that would make them more submissive if
More
he was
docile.
like, yeah, like I promised to let you go. It was I can't remember the guy's. I'd never heard of him before,
Dude.
But I stumbled across it, and I was like,
It's
man,
scary as fuck, man.
It's fucking weird.
Okay, and this is what I always say, because my friend came over the other day, and we were talking about movies, you know, like, so we do all the movie podcasts, and he's like, yeah, my niece watched Texas Chainsaw Massacre.
Great.
And she's like, yeah, that movie sucks. And he was like, what? He's like, that's a class. She's like, it's just not scary. It's so goofy. And I was like,
Goofy.
what's going to happen to her, right? Because he's like, what do I say? I'm like, don't say anything. She's
Yeah.
a kid. She doesn't know. I'm like, what will happen is as she gets older, she's going to realize that's the scariest horror movie, right? Because, like, I love Hellraiser, right? Maybe my
Sure.
favorite horror movie. If I get a puzzle box, I just won't open it. You know, like, I know how to defeat Hellraiser.
Yeah.
Like Jaws, I live in Indiana. It's not as scary to me.
No.
But Texas Chainsaw, you're like, I've been in the wrong, like, backwoods parts of, like, the Midwest.
Sure. Oh yeah.
Where you see, like, these shacks or shanties. You're like, these people are just, like,
Yeah,
they're not living in the same, like, civilized
I've been where
world
the
as-
hills have eyes. Like,
Yeah, exactly.
I've been there.
I saw the hill's eyes and I was scared. Right? Nothing was looking back. But I was like, the idea of just this big guy coming out of a basement, hitting you in the head with a hammer, and you have to watch your girlfriend get put on a meat hook and, like, gutted.
Ugh.
That's scarier than
Yeah.
almost every horror movie. And people are like, that's not. I'm like, that shit has happened.
Yeah,
In real
well,
life.
That's why, like, The Strangers.
Yeah.
Is one of the scary movies for me. It's
Oh,
not that
fuck,
great,
dude, yeah.
but that's like it's so rooted in reality. Like that could really, like, if you're out in the middle of it, like somebody could knock on your door and just be like, "Yep, we're gonna kill you now." Like that to me, that's scarier than like Jason walking around with a chainsaw and you can't kill him. Like,
Yeah.
it's fun, but it's not.
Well, that's
that
what
scary.
I said.
Yeah,
I never went to summer camp.
Right.
So, like, Jason's got no beef with me.
I'm still scared
I'm
of swimming
yeah.
in lakes. I don't want.
I never went to space, Manhattan, or summer camp, so me and Jason are cool. You know what I mean? Although in part 2, he did trap. This is one of the funniest things in Friday the 13th, part 2, right? So at the end of part 1, the girl cuts his mom's head off with
Right.
spoilers, I guess,
It's-
like 40 years from now.
Yeah, it's fine.
So she cuts the mom's head off, right?
Yeah.
In part 2, she's like living in San Francisco. She's kind of traumatized, like, I'm still working on it, whatever. She walks in to her kitchen, right? She hears noises. What's fucking going on? Mrs. Voorhees' head is in the refrigerator, right? Turns around and Jason with a burlap sack, now not a boy, not
Yeah.
a deformed boy, but
Yeah.
like a giant man with a
man.
burlap sack, shirt like this and overalls, cuts her up.
That's a great scene.
And I was like, that's a great opening.
Yeah.
It's scary as fuck. It's
Yeah.
revenge. But I was like, they kind of missed the most important part of that movie, which is Crystal Lake in New Jersey to San Francisco. I want to see Jason doing the Forrest Gump across America with his mom's hat. Like, what is that? Is Jason just on a bus with the burlap sack?
yeah, because like he can't, like he can't fly.
No, he
They're
can't.
not gonna let him board a plane. Well, maybe in the 80s, they might have let him back.
In the 80s, you could do anything on planes. It's like, stewardess, help me get this giant cocaine bag into the overhead.
Oh, geez, I don't think it's gonna fit. We'll check it for you.
All right, well, let's do like a gram each. It'll fit. You know what I mean? That was the 80s, so maybe.
Yeah, maybe.
But I was like, that's the scene with all these fan fictions and YouTube people like making like maybe we should do it. What did Jason do when he traveled?
That's a great idea. I'd be way into watching it.
That's how I was like, I'd be interested. But that's why.
It's just a road trip movie, but with Jason.
Jason in his mom's head. You know what I mean?
It's a buddy comedy. And it's like
that
a
movie
series
with
of Stallone.
What's the movie? Stallone and his mom.
Yeah.
God, it's don't throw Mama
Don't
from the
throw
train.
Mama from
No,
the
that's
train.
not
No,
it.
that's not it.
DeVito and Billy Crystal.
No, I know what you're talking about. I can't think of it either.
Right, but
I know
his
exactly
mom
what you're talking
polices with
It's a
him.
terrible movie. Yeah. Yeah.
But you did that with Jason and his mom's severed head. That would be
Well,
fantastic.
I wish I could remember what that movie's called because I saw a thing and it was with him and Schwarzenegger.
Right. Oh,
and the only reason he did that movie, Stallone, is because his agent said that Schwarzenegger was going to do it if he didn't. Because he just wanted to make a quick buck. And Schwarzenegger was like, I would never do that movie. It's fucking terrible.
Yeah. And Arnold's like, I got him again.
Are you looking it up?
Yeah,
I got to know what it's like.
I have to. It's going to
like
drive
on the
me
tip
nuts.
of my tongue.
I won't be able to have the rest of our talk.
But, to this point, I love that we started with the Patriots losing, and now we're dissecting a road trip movie with Jason and his mother's head. I'm way into that.
Yeah, what would that would have been in the 90s? Stop or my mom
Stop
will
or my
shoot.
mom will shoot. Yes.
What a great title. That's a great title. Like, how did that movie not work?
That's amazing.
The question. That's a brilliant title.
Yeah.
No, I think what we were getting to, though, right? There are just people. I think it's the cheating, right?
Sure.
Like Belichick is to the NFL.
Are you calling Jason a cheater?
No, I think Jason
he got all of his kills fair and square.
If someone kills your mom, what else are you supposed to do?
But she was killing everybody else.
Because they killed him. See, it's a vicious
Those
cycle.
kids didn't kill him.
Kids like them.
Yeah.
Sexually deviant teenagers.
But if we're legislating people who are like the other people, it's a slippery. I just wanted to get on that.
I'm not saying
I wanted
that
to be the
Mrs.
internet police.
Voorhees was right. I'm saying I think Jason is the most right.
Well,
yeah, if you go to Film Alchemist podcast, I did every Friday the 13th. It's a much better series than people give it credit
it's
for.
good. Yeah, I like it.
But this is what I'm talking about, though, right? Like, Belichick is kind of the BTK of the NFL.
Sure.
Where he's just breaking rules, but he thinks people have to follow him with him. And I think that's what we're getting at, right? As we move into these more and more technology, it's going to be harder to be the people that break the contract.
I wish Belichick would send the league office a floppy disk. I really do.
It just says T. Brady, stall 5. But because this brings me to my other favorite story of the week. We actually have like 2 or 3 in this vein. But Antonio Brown coming out and saying that every team that lost this week that dropped him, right? The Raiders were out, the Saints, whatever. Like, they're all in trouble because they betrayed him,
Of
right?
course, yeah.
They used him, right? So it feels like he's never coming back to the league. Apparently, Tom Brady and Belichick were actually mad that they just waived Antonio Brown.
Yeah.
Instead of trying to keep him on the exempt list,
right,
letting him get suspended and then having him for the playoffs. So that above all the cheating they've done, that's the scummiest Patriots story I've ever heard. Yeah. He literally pretty much is confessing to rape in his tweets. Just unbelievable Twitter, by the way.
Intimidating witnesses.
Yeah, at AB84, you got to read this shit. But the one this week, 2 men who have had their legacies tarnished coming out ready to brawl. AB, I believe, tweeted at Logan Paul, square up. Logan Paul replying, I would drop you faster than the Patriots.
This is how you know AB. I'm starting to feel bad for the guy because I think he's like actually lost his mind.
Right.
But with everything that he's going through, he took the time out of his day to challenge Logan Paul.
Right. Well, I mean, him and KSI made $100 million, right?
Yeah, but why is Logan Paul on his radar? You know what I mean?
Well, he's like, what's a semi-athletic thing?
In what world do they intersect?
I mean, just fucking guys who have had unfortunate information about them come out.
Yeah.
Like, we were talking the last dump, right, of like the nudes.
The fappening part 2.
The fappening part 2, where apparently there's a video of Logan Paul sucking a dick.
Performing an act.
Yeah, and so now that guy's getting roasted on Twitter. And like even the AB, killed. Right? They showed a guy or like doing a boxing drill with a giant like a massive hog attached to the wall, right? This big ass dick. And it's flopping around, and so he's practicing head movement. And the quote, and I was like, it's a good joke, right?
Yeah.
I don't think cockfighting is what Logan Paul thinks it is.
Oh,
and I was like, it's a good joke. But the weird thing is Logan Paul's so mad about it.
Yeah.
I mean, it is the invasion of privacy. I'm like, Logan Paul, no one cares that you blew a guy.
Yeah, it's fine.
Like, we're all down with sex. Like, it's the cool thing. Like, I think even, you know, like, if I was in college and it's like, Griffey sucked a dick, I think people would be like, all right, he sucked a dick. So what? I think we've come far enough in life. Like, it doesn't matter. And I don't think people are making fun of him for that. I think it's because he plays this, like, macho douche. So it's like,
his
fraudulentness.
Yeah.
But the fact that he thinks that's so weird that, like, now he's going on the attack.
Right.
And AB's on the attack for committing actual sex crime, it feels like.
Right.
It's such a weird, it's just a weird world.
It's a strange place right now.
But this is the question.
Yeah.
Would you pay to watch AB and Logan Paul brawl?
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah, I'd buy that.
Yeah, that's a pay-per-view.
I don't want to see Logan Paul fight KSI, right? Like some other YouTube guy. But like AB's like an NFL level athlete.
Yeah.
Not huge.
Yeah.
I would watch that fight.
I wonder how many times like AB would stop the fight and be like, "Wait, no." Like he would fight. Like I just feel like he would like, no, that's not how it goes. Like,
before you throw that hook, let my social media team get in place.
Yeah, he'd have his camera. Yeah.
He's like, wait, can my kid stand in the ring?
His kid's walking around.
I use my kid as armor against accusations. Yeah, but that's what I mean. I think we'd watch that.
Oh, you know how many times he would say "float like a butterfly, sting like AB."
Well, I mean,
if he got into a boxing ring,
that's true. But imagine the puns he would come up with.
Because he already tried to appropriate that phrase for himself. and like if he were fighting, he'd be like, "Yeah, see, I told you, I'm a fighter." Like,
I am the B.
I'm
Just
the
kidding.
B.
I'm AB.
I'm
it's
AB.
the same thing. Yeah. No, but imagine his pun work at Logan Paul's expense. I mean, it could be.
Yeah.
It could be a glorious comedic.
Well,
moment.
and like, as far as Logan Paul goes, if he set up a deal, he could just Facebook or YouTube Live that.
Yeah.
And I mean, it would shatter.
I think him and KSI made $100 million to box each other twice. Right? Like, I think they made that much on the second fight alone. Like, that's crazy because UFC guys
maybe that's
don't
our
make that
game.
money.
Maybe we got to start challenging people to boxing matches.
If someone
get our ass kicked for 50 fucking mil.
If someone wants to watch Logan Paul beat my fat ass for
I'm
like
in.
10 grand,
I'll do it right now.
Yeah. Like,
I will get on a plane right now to any location he specifies. Or I don't care who it is.
The fans can pay money to watch Domingo Ayala beat your ass.
I don't give a fuck, man. For $50 million, I'll get in that ring with anybody. Like I will.
Seriously.
Yeah.
No, I mean, dude, $50 million. I'm like, pay my rent for 1 year, right?
I
have
let
a
him hit me
mortgage.
once. I fall down. $50 million. I got a black eye for a couple of days.
I think
Big
for
deal.
like 30 grand or 40 grand, that would cover me for 1 year of mortgage.
Some
I'll let Rip
irreversible
Logan Paul beat
brain
my
damage.
ass.
I don't care.
That's fine. You guys will listen to the pod. I don't use my brain for a ton.
Yeah, not me neither.
It's fine. But this is the crazy because now it came out that Mike Perry, right? He's a UFC fighter. He's ranked less than top 10, right? So not an important UFC fighter. He'll probably be gone before long. He came out and said he wants to fight Michael Jai White, the actor, in a backyard brawl because he disrespected Kimbo Slice.
Deal.
And Michael Jai White's like, I don't got time for schoolyard bullying. Right? So like he's like, let's do it for real or whatever. Nick Diaz threatened to fight The Rock.
I'm into it.
And I was like, why aren't we doing all of these?
Yeah.
Like, do it.
I'll tell you who you don't want to challenge to this fight, though. Kevin Spacey.
Don't fight Kevin Spacey.
You will end up, he will do a video as, what's his name from House of Cards?
Frank Underwood.
A couple of days before the fight, and you will somehow end up dead.
Now, this hit us this is perfect for us, right? Because we are conspiracy lovers.
Oh, I love it.
This story is actually scary and
crazy.
insane, right? So, Kevin Spacey's been accused of multiple sex crimes. Pretty much career-ending problem, right?
Yeah,
he's
pretty
been
much
gone,
blackballed,
But for the last 2 years, he drops these really weird Frank Underwood videos at Christmas, right?
Yeah.
Kind of admonishing us for being mean to him, which is strange.
Yeah, he's making himself a victim.
Right, yeah. Like, you didn't get all the informations? It's like, okay, that's fine.
Jumping to conclusions, Merry Christmas.
So it's just weird, and he doesn't do it as Kevin Spacey.
He does it as Frank.
He doesn't apologize.
Shit.
He does it in character.
Yeah.
And like this last one, he had the villain lighting, right? I told you where it's like the eyes are bright, the face is in shadow, like he's hiding a really dark secret.
Yeah.
And it even has like this dun dun dun.
that old classic like 20s. Yeah. Is he a killer or is he not?
Yeah, I'm gonna
find out on Tuesday. Dun dun dun.
It's so baffling. But it's scary in the context of the third accuser of his died this year. What, like
Three
days before?
Three
this
of them
video
have
came out?
died this year. I believe 2 of them while the court hearings were happening.
Right.
One was before the court.
One hit
case
by
happened.
car, one
Suicide.
apparent suicide.
And they haven't said how the other one died.
Right.
That I could find anyway.
Yeah, I couldn't, because
Yeah.
we were looking this up before the show. What are the chances that 3 people, none of them elderly,
Yeah.
right? None of them are like old and dying of natural causes.
Yeah.
Or cancer or something like that. 3 people accuse this guy of a sex crime.
Yeah.
They all fucking die right as their cases are moving ahead.
Yeah.
Within 1 year, and Kevin Spacey puts out a video that says you can go on the attack and kill them with kindness.
Kill them with kindness. And the way he says it at the end, he goes, or kill them with kindness.
Or,
and then that's when he goes, dun, dun, dun. It is. Like, I'm not making that up. That's not a joke. That's exactly how the video
No, I
ends.
watched it with
Yeah.
you because I remember.
It's fucking weird, man.
I thought the one you pulled up was
And-
like an Onion spoof of it.
and
Because
the
I'm like,
thing
he
is,
didn't
like,
put that music in
The
there.
one chick got hit by a bus.
Yeah.
Like, there's a scene in House of Cards where he shoves somebody in front of the train.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
It's weird. It's
He's
weird.
gone off the rails.
Just saying, it's weird.
He thinks he's Frank Underwood.
Yeah.
Taking revenge. Because it, to me, it kind of reminds me of like my brother's one of those. He really believes in Hillary.
Yeah.
Like he actually
Oh,
thinks
yeah.
Hillary Clinton, like this old grandma's running around like murdering.
Oh,
people.
he thinks she's the one that's committing the
No,
act.
I don't think he
She
thinks
doesn't
like,
have henchmen?
Yeah, she's not like wrapping piano wire around her like brittle old lady knuckles. But he thinks Hillary like hears someone say Hillary sucks, and she gets on the phone and she's like, Henchman 8, get the garrote. It's time to take revenge. And I was like,
I'm on board with that.
I mean, I guess that's the thing I always used to say. I'm like, it's impossible that wouldn't have been uncovered.
Sure.
With the amount of scrutiny the Clintons have faced.
I don't know.
But then, like we said, it was in the 80s and 70s where you could do any crimes, apparently. So maybe this is true. But I've always just been like, come on. She's like an old grandma. Like, it's not feasible to me that she's doing any of this and not getting caught. And I want to say that with Kevin Spacey, too, where you're like, how? Because let's say Kevin Spacey called you and was like, hey, man, you want to go pose as a bus driver, run this lady over? Like, the amount of planning you would have to do, right? How much could Kevin Spacey afford to pay you versus you taking that audio tape to TMZ?
You just have somebody tail her
Yeah.
and find out her routine.
Oh, they could have just pushed her in front of the bus.
Yeah, and they're like, oh, she gets on the bus at fucking 2
I
o'clock every
imagine
day.
like a fun montage of like
And then
a
it's like-
hitman with a scar on his face, like putting on a bus driver.
And then there's just a guy, and he's like Casey Jones at the end of Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles, where he just goes, oops. Just like,
Oops.
oops. Yeah.
Just committed murder, turtles. Yo.
No, but yeah, like, in the 80s, you get away with it. In the 80s, if this were the same thing, he would have just went on, like, Carson.
Yeah.
And then Johnny would have been like, you didn't do all those rapes, did you? He'd be like, no. All right, let's talk about House of Cards Season 3. You know,
I just assume
that's the difference between now.
No, every talk show is, you don't talk about my rapes, I won't talk about your rapes. Deal? Deal.
If I send you this floppy disk.
Let's go have some yucks. You know what I mean? Like, that's how talk shows used to be. But it's crazy to think that 3 people just dropped dead. Like, because this is the thing.
It's not a coincidence.
I ended the year with terrible stomach flu. Mm-hmm. So I was just like tied to like, I couldn't be more than 20 feet away from a toilet.
Yeah.
For like 3 days. And I was like, I can't focus enough on a movie to like really care, right? So I was just watching like History Channel, conspiracy shows, and X-Files. And it's the thing I learned from X-Files. It's the Agent Mulder thing. It's like, nothing can be coincidence. There's no way 3 people attached to this one case just die within a year.
I agree.
None of them are old, and it's not natural cause.
I agree.
It feels impossible. What is Kevin Spacey's end game here, though? You kill these people, there's no way you're coming back to Hollywood.
Yeah, but he's not. Then he doesn't have to face any of his trials.
I know, but does he think that'll like get him off?
No, I don't know. I think it's just for ego, for his own personal.
You know, it could be the scariest version of this.
Maybe
he slipped, right? The cheese has slid off the cracker, as my grandpa used to say. And he's like, Hollywood will give me no roles. He might be writing his own movie.
Right.
He's like living in a movie right now.
What if he is?
He's just like,
well, that's what I was going to say. Like, what if Frank Underwood's not a character, but it's another? It lives inside of Spacey.
Wow. Maybe
Kevin
Spacey was the character, dude.
It's
Kaiser Sose.
No, I'm
Kevin
saying, what if
Spacey
Frank
was
was
the
like, get rid of these people? Kevin's like, no, I can't do that. And Frank's like, get rid of them now.
Yeah.
and telling people Merry Christmas.
Yeah, like he would leave the stage at the Golden Globes like, I'm Kevin and then turn around to the back. And it was like this Kaiser Sose, like he stopped limping and
it's
just
me,
started
myself,
raping.
and Irene. He's living only way darker. Way
Except
darker.
for instead of peeing with a boner, it's just rapes. It's all rapes.
Rapes and murders.
Holy shit, dude. He could be authoring his own movie.
Whoa.
Wow.
Whoa.
Maybe that's what happened. But this gets back to the fucking... The murder dolls, as you were.
Yeah.
Guys like this, maybe it's better to give Kevin Spacey roles so that he stops murdering.
Here's the smoking gun. I'm going to throw this out there.
Okay.
AB, Spacey, making weird videos. We see an AB and Spacey video together, and then AB's people start dying. Fucking, that's the real World War III we ought to be worried about.
Fucking hell. Yeah, there won't be enough of us left to fight.
There won't be enough.
Kevin Spacey's gonna whittle our forces.
We're going down this rabbit hole.
What are the top two things that prevent us from fielding an army? Diabetes and Kevin Spacey. We just can't have armed forces anymore.
God damn it, Kevin.
Imagine, what if Kevin Spacey now sees the road and he's like, I should challenge some of my accusers.
Oh, yeah.
To a fight, and then he kills them in the ring, and he's like, I'm sorry, I'm a trained weapon.
You signed the waiver.
You guys didn't know that from my huge body of work? I have been doing stunt fighting for years.
You know, I can get behind all this other stuff. I don't see that happening. That's where I draw the line in reality there.
Holy shit, son. That's scary as fuck, though.
Yeah. Well, the old spaceman.
You guys should look into this, because I've been reading on it, and I'm going to keep trying to dig in. X-Files taught me there aren't just coincidences like that.
Nope.
You don't just have three people attached to that case just disappear.
No.
It's going to come out. We were talking about this, though.
Nobody gets hit by buses anymore. That's not a thing.
Well, here's the police, the first thing they should have done, where's her phone and what was she looking at? Yeah. If you're not on your phone, you're not getting hit by a bus.
Nobody's...
Maybe if you're like...
The last time anybody got hit by a bus was in fucking... What's that stupid ass movie? Oh shit, Devon Sawa.
Final Destination.
Yeah, Final Destination. I can't believe I can't think of Final Destination, but I remember Devon Sawa's name.
Right. You remember? You took the important part of that.
Where am I at in my life?
That's one of those movies that doesn't get enough credit because I appreciate any movie that scares an entire species forever. Have you ever been on a road? Following any truck
log truck, man.
Any truck that has anything on the back that looks like it could fly out and stab you, you always think of that movie.
True story. One time I was in a car with my aunt and we're on the interstate next to a semi with all the cars on it. And we went out to pass it and there was other cars in that lane, so my aunt got back behind it, and right after my aunt got back behind it, one of the cars fell off to the side of the
It didn't fall towards you, it fell off.
No, it fell to the side and rolled into the ditch. Yeah, but 1 second later we would have been crushed by it. And the dude didn't even know. The guy, we had to, we were speeding to catch up with this dude, but trying not to get, I ended up going under the shoulder and being like, dude, you lost a fucking car 2 miles back. And he's like, huh?
He's just in there listening to
it was and that was before that was before Final Destination. So that's why it resonated with me so much. It's like, oh, I can relate.
Holy shit. Yeah.
Fucking wild, man.
Dude, that's nuts. Maybe Kevin Spacey was driving that car. He knew we were going to do this pod and expose
the
his
Subaru plant was pissed that day. Oh, they gonna be mad at me on
That's
this
where
one.
my dad works. He's a Subaru plant employee.
Oh, that's probably a good place to get out. The Spaceman. Hey, you guys, have a good week. At Coach Kent Murphy on all the social medias, CoachKentMurphy.com. And if you're listening on Apple Podcasts or Spotify or anywhere, please give us a rating and review. That helps us a ton. We'll see you guys next week. Bye.